guys, welcome to my channel Subhashar's classes. Today we are going to study capacitance, which is in class 12 syllabus. Capacitance, as you know, it is the capacity of a conductor to store charges or electric energy in it. Your belly itself stores some food stuff. When you take some meal, it stores some energy in your body. Similarly, when a conductor is charged, it gradually gets charged, that means it keeps on storing. So if there is a conductor, a parallel conductor, suppose we are taking two parallel plates, one side is positively charged and the other side is negatively charged, and the plates, in between the plates an insulating material called dielectric is placed, then this is called a parallel plate capacitor. And you might have seen capacitors in fans. In your ceiling fans, there you will find a cylindrical capacitor there, and that is actually a parallel plate capacitor put inside a cylinder, and inside the plates are actually stored inside, and the two ends come up, which you connect to oppositely charged polarities, the plus polarity and the minus polarity. And if this capacitor is symbolized, sometimes we write it like this or sometimes like this. So in our figures we will use capacitors like this. One end will be positively charged, the other will be negatively charged. As you charge the opposite charges, oppositely charged the plates, the parallel plates, they are having a distance d, and each one is having charge. Say this is plus q and this is minus q. These two plates are equally charged, but they have charged with equal magnitude but opposite in nature. So this is a capacitor having a potential difference V in between, and we know the capacitance C is a relation between the charge given to the capacitor to the potential difference that exists between the plates. When you do some work against a force or against something, you store that energy. You know the definition of potential energy. When you are working, when you are charging a capacitor against the connection, suppose there is a potential difference here, so the between the plates there will be an electric field depending upon this potential difference V and this distance d, and you know electric field E is the negative potential gradient, so minus V by L in your book. So in this case it will be minus V by D. That means potential is E into D. So this will be discussed in the future classes, where you will study the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. But in this discussion we are just talking of capacitance as a whole. Capacitance C is the ratio of the charge given to a conductor against the potential difference between the two ends. So if this is a capacitor, the two ends have a charge of plus q and minus q, and the two ends have a potential difference of V, then the capacitance that will be stored here, the charge that will be stored, will give a capacitance C equal to Q by V. So this is about capacitance. Next we shall think of a grouping of or combination of capacitors. Grouping can be made in two ways. Grouping or combining capacitors can be done in two ways. It can be done parallel to each other, or it can be done in series. Pictorially, if we take in pictures, how would they look in a circuit? Suppose we have capacitors like this. We have three capacitors, suppose, and we are connecting the positive terminals of each capacitor is connected to the positive terminal, and the negative terminal is connected to all the negative ends of the capacitor. This is called parallel combination. Each capacitor having a different capacitance, say C1, C2 and C3. Since this is the potential V, so to both the ends of each capacitor will have a potential difference V. So the V factor will not be disturbed, but the charge Q that is going here will have to be distributed among the three. So this will be charge Q1, this is Q2, this is Q3, and we have here Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. While if we have a series combination, we shall have capacitors like this. The first one C1, the second is C2, the third is C3, and in this case the positive and the negative ends are not directly connected to the source of EMF. Rather they are connected like this. The positive end of the first is connected with the positive terminal, the negative to the positive of the second, the negative to the positive of the third, and the last negative terminal to the last. So the positive terminal of the first capacitor and the negative terminal of the last capacitor are connected to the terminals, the source of EMF having potential V. So see, potential here will not be all the same, because this end is connected to this, but this end is not connected here, it is connected here. So potential will be divided, V1 here, V2 here, V3 here, so that our V is V1 plus V2 plus V3. But the charge Q will remain undisturbed. Q will be filling it here, then again Q, then again Q, then again Q, and finally it will be Q here. So the Q, both the cases, the Q is starting Q and ending with Q. So this amount is finally entering also the channel, but the terminals, but the charge is distributed in case of parallel, while the potential is distributed in case of series. So what are the relations? Already we know that for capacitance we have a formula, C is equal to Q by V. Since in this case Q factor is being converted, so we can find the formula to be Q is equal to CV, but here the voltage factor is used, so we can use C is equal to Q by V can be made V is equal to Q by C. So in case of parallel combination we use the formula Q is equal to CV, and the other form V is equal to Q by C is used here. So here we can find each capacitor is having a different potential. So V1 is Q by C1, V2 is Q by C2, V3 is Q by C3 here. While in this case each capacitor is having a different capacity but and a different charge, but potential remaining the same. So here we can use the first the Q1 factor. Q1 is C1V, Q2 is C2V, Q3 is C3V. Means if we compare these two, in the first, since the charge factor is distributed, we have three charges on the left side. Since the potential remains the constant, we have V each, and capacitor, three capacitors are always different in both the cases. In this case voltage is distributed, so we are finding voltage from the given constant charge Q and changing capacity C1. So now we can put these values here. Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, this one. Q is Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, and we can use the values. Q1 is C1V plus C2V plus C3V, and this will be C1 plus C2 plus C3 into V. That means we can put V like this, Q by V is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. If Q1V, Q by V is C, so this will be the equivalent capacitance, or CEQ is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So in case of parallel combination, the equivalent capacitance CEQ becomes just the algebraic sum of the three, C1 plus C2 plus C3. But what happens with this one? We put the values of V1, V2 and V3 in case of series combination. We use Q by C1 for V1, Q by C2 for V2, and Q by C3 for V3, and for V in general we can write Q by C. So the LHS can be Q by C. If we divide both the sides by Q, we get 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Taking common Q, we can get Q into 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 and cancel Q from both the sides to get 1 by C is equal to this. So what happens during series combination? The equivalent capacitance, the reciprocal of equivalent capacitance becomes sum of the reciprocals, 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So what will happen if all the capacitance of each capacitor is the same value? Suppose C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C3 is equal to C. So what will you get? This will be 1 by C plus 1 by C plus 1 by C, which will be 3 by C. So in this case we shall get for 3 capacitors, 3 equal capacitors, and series combination, we have 1 by Ceq is equal to 3 by C. So Ceq will be C by 3, 1 by 3 C. But in parallel combination, in case of parallel combination, we have C1 plus C2 plus C3, 3 C's are equal. So this will be C plus C plus C is equal to 3C. So since Ceq will be C plus C plus C, which is equal to 3C. So in case of parallel, it becomes 3C, while in case of series, it becomes C by 3. So the capacitance becomes much less in case of series and much higher in case of parallel. So with this we conclude that capacitors can be grouped and we can find them mathematically. The two algebraic formulae for series, 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, and for when C1, C2, C3 are equal to C, we find Ceq is equal to C by 3. But in case of parallel, what happens? We get C is equal to Ceq is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3, while when the 3 factors are same, we get Ceq is equal to 3C. This is the theme of the discussion. So go for numericals and share and see my videos, and in the next class we can deal with some numerical problems in this chapter. Thank you. Bye.